Okay, so I'm gonna teach you how to wrap your hands. And the point of wrapping your hands is to protect your knuckles and your wrist. So you take this and you put it around your thumb. And now I'm gonna show more than one way. This is a very simple and easy way. I just take the wrap and I go all the way around the knuckles till I'm halfway through this wrap. And you want it to go halfway in front of the knuckles and halfway beyond the knuckles. So right over the knuckles, and I just keep going around and around till I'm halfway through this whole roll. Then I want to lock in the thumb. So I go 360 degrees. I go across and I go 360 degrees around the thumb. I loop it and I go under and over. And I make an X here really just so it doesn't unravel. So I might make another X just to connect the two so when you're boxing it doesn't come apart. And then I finish on the wrist. I like to go tighter on my wrist because the tighter it is on your wrist, the more secure your wrist will be. And you really want to make sure when you're impacting a bag, you make a tight fist, because if your fist isn't tight, your wrist is loose. So I go tighter, and I go just on my wrist, nowhere up my arm. And I go tighter there. And all I did was protect my knuckles and my wrist, and then there's not much here, so you can close your fist and make a tight fist. And then you're wrapped. So another way you can wrap your hands is you can go through the fingers. I personally don't go through the fingers. Pros don't go through the fingers. But professionals have smaller gloves on, so they really need their hands to be able to contact skin against skin and close their fist. Anyway, if you want more protection on your knuckles, you can go through the fingers. So I take the wrap and I fold it in here where the loop for the thumb is. And I go all around and I just make like padding for the knuckles. So I'm just gonna go all around about 7 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I just take the cushion and the padding that I made for the knuckles and I lay it on top across the knuckles. And if you were doing it yourself, which is the goal, you would just take your thumb and hold it so it doesn't move, and then you can wrap it with your other hand. He'd be able to pull it with his other hand around to stabilize it. Okay, now they could let go of the thumb. And now I just go around to hold it there. So now it's in place. Now I'm gonna go over the thumb again. You always wanna loop around the thumb. So I'm gonna go over the thumb. And now all I'm gonna do to go through the fingers, because I know a lot of people like to go through the fingers, is I'm just literally going up through each finger, one at a time. Up through one, up through the next, up through the other, and then I close it all off where it's a nice tight fit across the top, a lot of cushioning, and I finish on the wrist. And once again, I'm always gonna go tighter on the wrist. For me, wrapping your hands is a personal thing. You wanna wrap it the way you wanna wrap it. Maybe it hurts more on your knuckles and you want more cushion. Maybe your wrists are weaker and you want it more on your wrist and a little bit tighter. So it's all about preference. That's why it's good to learn to wrap your own hands so you do it the way you want. Now he has cushion on top, and that was going through the fingers. This isn't my preferred way, but here exactly he has more space. He can close his fist and he's got cushion on the top. That's how to wrap your hands. These are the 2 different ways, one through the fingers, one not through the fingers.